Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. Good morning, Debbie Jones. Nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have not already, please follow and like Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs at on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you would subscribe, that would be fabulous. And also, if you would ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Ann Corbiere-Scott, you'll find a free printable in there today. I was going to keep it only up for 24 hours, but then I thought, I'll keep it there. Hey, Keels, I owe you a phone call. I'll call you in a little while. Hello, Rebecca. How are you? How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. So I wanted to paint on, first I want to show you, Carmen created a card with the Aunt Marge art printable. Look at this beauty. Do you see, like, there's so many cool details in here, but it still reads clean to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So she used this is that, I think it's Big and Little Chain from Gina Marie. So she used it here, here, and here. And on these two, she sewed that gold thread. Good morning, Carm. I'm just bragging about you. She sewed that gold thread in the big holes all the way around. So that just adds that little bit of texture. But remember, we've talked about one of the rules of design is repeating repetition, I should say. Haven't had had much in my noggin yet this morning. So she repeated a bunch of things. Look, she repeated gold here, 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 and here, right? Look at her color scheme is beautiful. She has just kind of an unusual, Christmas palette, because she's got a little bit of purple here with her red, and she has that beautiful aqua turquoise, right? Now, I love those colors, but you know, traditionalists, that's not their jam. But when I'm gonna paint, what I'm gonna paint today is an even more unusual color palette. And I love that she took that little typed sentiment, Happy Holidays, and watercolored that too, and then popped it. So she's got a pop here and a pop here. You can see. I'm just madly in love with it. And I saw her yesterday. We were having a painty day, and I just said, can I borrow that to show tomorrow? And I'll give it right back to you. So anyway, I just had to share that with you. Isn't it gorgeous? Seriously. And I'll be posting it on my social media. Okay, so today I wanted to share how inspiration can come from anywhere. Do you know what I mean? And that inspiration doesn't mean that you're going to copy something verbatim from that other person. We absolutely should not be copying someone verbatim, right? Because that's not cool at all. That's their intellectual property. Like, Carmen saw someone sewing on a card and then came up with her interpretation of that technique, which I think is so badass. Carm, I love it. Anyway, so I saw a card and it just caught my eye. You know when things just catch your eye on social media. So I saw this card, and then she had and it was Noreen Hope Fauna, how are you? Oh my gosh. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Donna. I was just yakking away and look at you all arrived and I didn't see you. Oh my gosh, I miss you too. I miss you too, Miss Fauna. Let's see. Inspiration. So inspiration can come from anywhere. But here's what happened. So Noreen made this card, and she's just, you know what? I've had the wonderful pleasure of meeting her, and she's just one of the most talented card makers. So you might check her out, Noreen Hope. Anyway, she designs for a bunch of companies, and one of the companies that she creates designs for is, or creates cards for, I should say, is Alta New. Hey Jenny, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, anyway, so she often posts her process on her blog. So that's super cool, right? So, I went to her blog and I looked at her process because that card was so striking to me. But it wouldn't work with my art printables, right? It would only work with a stamped image. So I was like, okay, how can I adapt that technique to work with my art printables? So what she had done is she had watercolored a bunch of strips, right? All different colors, and then stacked them, adhered them to a card base, and then stamped on top of that, and then just embossed with white, I believe. Super cool. But I was like, that's not gonna work for my art printables. So the wheels of my noggin started turning, and this is what I came up with. So this is what I thought we would play with today. Hey Jenny, if you would like and follow Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs, I would greatly appreciate it on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Ann Corbiere-Scott. After you've liked and followed me everywhere, if you ask to join our private Facebook group, then you're going to answer 3 questions. One is, what class have you taken? So you can say this one. And then the third one is, and then the second one is, what else do you want to learn? And then the third one is, I ask for your email so you can be on my email distribution list. So we would love to have you join our artsy crew. That's for sure. Okay, so this is how I interpreted that technique. I kind of had to, sometimes you have to give yourself some time to ponder, right? So I took the Aunt Marge art printable and I drew light pencil lines every ½ inch. And now I'm going to do something crazy and I'm going to erase those pencil lines. Because if you draw them and then because remember, once you put watercolor on top of pencil, it goes away. But if you erase kind of lightly, you'll still see a bit of the line there, right? So I'm just going to erase the lines, and then I'll show you what my next step is. But I wanted you to see how I'm doing this part, right? So I didn't erase them completely, but I know they're still there, right? Okay, so now onto the second thing. So now, oh yay, Jan, I'm so glad. So now, let's talk about our stepping out of our comfort zone with color palettes. So you know that if you've used my art printables, you know that the watercolor paper that I promote, I guess you'd say promote, I don't know, that I recommend, comes 9 by 12. So you are always having to trim. So you could certainly do this trim, this with all of these strips that you trim. You could certainly do her technique. And this would be just a cool background technique, wouldn't it? Shut up. We could totally do something like that. But anyway, I digress. So, a way to play with a new color palette is to test it out on a piece of scrap paper first. So, like I said, if you've used this kind of watercolor paper, you're going to have all of these strips anyway. So let's put them to use instead of just throwing them away. You know, I cannot waste. So I have picked raspberry, twisted citron, broken china, and wild honey. That's the palette. I told myself I was going to challenge myself this morning to something a little different. So let's make a little bit of a like a palette sheet here. So we're going to take this picked raspberry, right? Twisted citron, broken china. Yeah, I thought so too, Jan. I was like, let's do something, like challenge myself this morning, you know? And then wild honey. Don't you think those are pretty together? I just thought, ooh. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint those stripes in these colors, right? So I have that. Let's get rid of that. Well, I guess we could just start with this yellow. I mean, wild honey. So I have those. So I kept the lines at the ends, right? And remember, they don't have to be perfect. I just wanted a guide, right? Oh, whoops. You know what? That would help, wouldn't it? Sorry about that, you guys. And it's okay if a little bit of the pencil shines through, because there'll be kind of so much else going on. I just wanted a little bit of a guide, you know? I just thought this was, so my other idea is that once I paint these stripes, this is going to be quite meditative and a slow going process, and that's okay because I'm not in a hurry. I hope you're not either. Just taking our sweet time, right? But anyway, once I'm done with this part, instead of embossing, I thought I could foil it. That might be a cool, right? That might be a cool way to pop my designs. Good morning, Lisa. Hi, Joan. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm just going to continue to paint my stripes. I know, could I have picked a smaller brush. Whatever. So it's starting to... Good job, Jan. Great minds think alike, right? So remember, these do not have to be perfect stripes. We're just going for an effect, right? I hope that everybody will give it a try, especially on one of my coveralls. Like, I just feel like those, this technique would work really well. Well, you could really do it on any of them. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, any of them would, this technique would work, I think. And it's just fun and, you know. Okay, so I have a question for you. Are you ready? It's silly, but fun. Jeff and I play this game when we are going on road trips. We ask each other these crazy questions. So here's the first one. What is your favorite donut? And the whole reason I'm asking you about your favorite donut is not that we haven't had that conversation. We have, but I was talking to my friend Debbie, whose dog's name is Donut, so it made me think about donuts this morning. So, what is your favorite donut? Good morning, Nancy. Mine is plain glazed or like a Boston cream, you know what I mean? Like a something with chocolate frosting and some kind of goo in the middle. Oh. Apple fritters. My mom used to make apple fritters. They're so delicious, aren't they? And I do love a buttercream frosting. You know what? I like that it's kind of bleeding into each other. Kind of digging that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know, Boston cream is quite delicious. Cream filled, like with, like custardy cream, Donna, or like frosting, like Jan likes. I like the, you know what? If I'm getting this is what I told my sister. If I'm getting a gas station donut, then I like those buttermilk, you know. Is that what an old fashioned is, Keels? See? Oh, Keely. See, one of my other favorites is a raspberry filled. We're playing the donut game, Jeffrey. You never had a donut? Or one of the kinds that people are saying. Those, well, I will just tell you, those buttermilk sticks, you know what, on a long car ride, those can be quite delicious. Raspberry, right? A blueberry filled? Well, Keels, then you really haven't lived. If you haven't had a gas station donut. And I'm questioning our friendship now. It's not from the case. It's packaged by Hostess or something. Those buttermilk sticks. Ooh. I know. Donuts are delicious, aren't they? Ooh, blueberry tuna. Oh, Catherine. I'm slightly disappointed that you've never had a gas station donut either. How is that possible that I already like you? I, I did not know that they sell apple fritters. I bet they're good because they're deep fried, for crying out loud. Right? Jan, that's so funny. Although they are, I have to say. So I'm kind of digging these stripes, you guys. What do you think? So, I'm thinking, though, I could do a couple of different things for for the gas station ones, yes. Well, they have, the gas stations usually do have like a tray of the, well, I don't, like a display case thing. I don't really like those so much because other people can touch them and that kind of grosses me out, but you know, especially in the middle of the COVID, for crying out loud. Um, I'm looking like I'm needing a little bit more. Wild honey. Oh. Oh, that's cool, Jan. That's cool. When Teresa and I were on that trip, there was a gas station, now I don't remember what state it was, maybe North Dakota, where they, if you filled up your tank with gas, you got a free bag of popcorn. I thought that was cute. But we didn't need to fill up. We just needed to top off, so we didn't qualify. I hope that you'll get out of your comfort zone and try some new color palettes. Hey Lori, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do love popcorn too. We got this crazy popcorn popper. That is the silicone bowl that you put in the microwave. Has anybody else tried that? It's the craziest thing. You put this silicone bowl, it has a top, so you put it and it folds down flat. So you pop it up and you put like a quarter of a cup of popcorn in it, and then you put the silicone lid on it, put it in the microwave, and like each microwave is slightly different, you know. We kind of have a big microwave, so ours is, the time is like 2 minutes and 5 seconds, I think. And it fills up with popcorn and it's perfect. I love that pump. No, it's not Pampered Chef. It's, sorry to say, it's Amazon. And I bought them for my whole family because it was so cool. And then you can put whatever you want on top of it, you know. But it's just popped corn. It's nice. I love it. And it was like $10. It wasn't like it was really super expensive. Oh, really? I have a lot of Pampered Chef in my kitchen too. That's for sure. Well, I recommend you getting it because I think you'll love it, Jan. I think I need to, it's time to flip my, well, don't you remember, like back in the day, that's how we popped popcorn in a saucepan. We had a really heavy pan that we popped popcorn in, and then it got to the point where we could only pop popcorn in that pan because it was, you know, oil and popcorn and, you know. But that was the best popcorn. Back before we were all concerned about our, you know, cholesterol and all of that jazz. This is getting kind of wrinkly, so I'm going to dry it just a little. Ooh, Jiffy Pop. Oh. I do love Jiffy Pop. And it's just fun, isn't it? It was like the best thing to take camping. That's funny. Two different pans. So were they stored together? The popcorn pan and the butter pan? That's so funny. That's so funny. I'm going to try and roll this into compliance. Let's see if that works. So I'm thinking, should I, once I'm done painting, should I die cut all my pieces and then foil them each different colors, each whatever I create out of this? Or should I foil the whole sheet? I don't know. I don't know. Thinking about it. I know. Even more than eating the popcorn, don't you think, Lisa? That big puff was kind of way more fun than the popcorn, I think. But I remember, like, do you remember going to the drive-in movies and my mom always made like this giant brown bag full of popcorn for us to eat? Oh, that was so fun. Jeff and I, so the flea market near us is held at the drive-in movie theater. And Jeff and I were like, hey, we should go to the drive-in. That would be fun. Maybe when it's not 4,000 degrees. Absolutely, Jan. It's so fun to watch. I don't think there's an age limit on fun, right? Or on the fun of, it was a great big greasy bag, yes. Oh, was that a Midwest thing or was that just, you know? that era. But it was great because everybody could have like their own. Oh, stinking. Can you hear that? It's a scam phone call. It's a scam for Amazon. It's not really Amazon, you know. Oh, that one got a little sloppy. Okay, let's see. What did you say? What do you mean by foiling the art? Okay, so I'm going to, so there's a machine called the Mink. That's the one that I have, where you can, it's like a laminator, and there's special foils that you buy, and you put them, let's see. So here, I have one that's green. I wouldn't put green on top of here, but anyway, you take, and it comes in sheets, long sheets, right? And you lay one of the sheets out, and then you run it through the Mink machine, and then the foil only sticks to the black lines. Yeah, exactly, Donna. Whatever. No, it says that we ordered something for $500 and something, and if we don't want if we don't want it, we need to make sure we call them. Whatever. Hi, Sheila. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Does anybody notice what I did? I forgot blue down here. Oh, well. I know those, I'm telling you, those spam calls are, they can be so, and I swear, I think it's because we are the only people left in America with a home phone, a landline. Although we have been getting them on our cell phones too. Have you? It's crazy. I'm kind of liking this, you guys. And this is a much loosey-gooseier version of Nora's, of Noreen's technique. But I'm digging it. Oh, real on your cell phone or your home phone, Lisa? Yes, I get them on my cell phone too. It's just so bothersome, isn't it? Oh, interesting. Well, I'll have to look for that. It's just so frustrating, right? Okay, I ran out of water in my water brush, so I'm going back to the regular old paintbrush. Oh, Jen, that makes me laugh. We've had a lot of window replacement people come to our door too. And if Jeff ticks me off, then I have been known to go, oh, you need to talk to my husband. And then I tell him what time to come back when I know Jeff will be downstairs. That's funny. You know what, Lisa? I am too, and I just kind of thought it up this morning. Like, how can I still have kind of a Christmassy vibe, but, you know, go in a little bit different direction. So I'm digging it too. Yeah, I know. I know. The Social Security ones, the, you know, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. And they are scary. But then I think, that's somebody's job. Well, when it's a real person. When it's just a computer, I'm like, whatever. Now that I'm looking back at my big mistake. No. Well, now that I'm looking back at my stripes, I think there are some that I think I want to deepen my color a little bit, maybe. So I just am a firm believer that if you give a creative a technique, it's just like the fish, right? If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you give a creative a technique, they will run with that. They will create and create and create and create with that. And I think that's like, then that's just in your artsy arsenal, right? You're just gonna be able to call upon that technique a million times, right? I'm really liking it. Is anybody else doing stripes? And if so, what colors are you doing your stripes? I'm curious. Inquiring minds want to know. Does anybody remember that commercial? For the National Enquirer, like 4,000 years ago? So I'll try and foil this before Thursday's class so we can fiddle around with it, play with some different card finishing techniques. Oh, what colors are you watercoloring your stripes, Kat? I'm curious, I'm curious. It was 4,000 years ago. Oh my gosh, my friend Joe Spencer and I used to just, we were in art class together all 4 years of high school, and he's an amazing accomplished artist today. He does handmade dolls for a company called he and his partner have a store in Bay City, the town I grew up in, and it's, oh my gosh, like it's the most beautifully curated store. Like all of the displays are just sumptuous and gorgeous. Anyway, Joe makes these dolls. Anyway, blah blah blah. All that to say, we we used to make fun of the National Enquirer commercials like mad. Do you remember there was one with Marilyn Monroe? It was like a magazine picture, and I mean this was very low tech way back in the late 70s. And they had just a piece of something that made it look like her mouth was moving. Murder. Oh my gosh. We just howled with laughter at that. Murder. See, I'm liking it when it's more, I'm kind of digging it when it's more, the color is more concentrated. Some of them feel kind of muted and, okay, cranberry, lemon yellow, sky blue, and lime green. Ooh. Okay, Lisa, what color are you, you're watching or you're painting? Well, I'm anxious to see. Be sure and post a picture, Catherine. So I think I'm going to, maybe, I like the more intense colors too. So like here, bleh, I feel like I really want to deepen that. But I feel like maybe if I dry it in between layers, I set it aside, it kind of looks like a beach towel right now, doesn't it? Okay. So do you remember last week I said that there'd start to be, that you should join our, ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Aunt Corbiere-Scott, because there'll be exclusive, things just in the group. So, so I'm going to show you what the exclusive thing is this one time so that you can see what we're all about if you're not already there. If you are, let's just paint it. So I created this thank you for all of the people who have, exactly, Jan. So I just thought it would be fun to paint this one together, and then I will continue to, there'll be exclusive things just for people in the group, just because I'm so grateful for all of your support and all of your kindness. That's for ding dang sure. So I'm feeling like, what if I use this same color palette but on here? And what my thought process was I wanted something, components that you could make a card, a thank you card, no pun intended, because I'm thankful. You have the component that you could make it in a multitude of ways, right? So I'm going to start with some of this picked raspberry. So I'm just going to put some color down here. And then I'm going to get my damp brush and just start pulling that color out. Right? Oops. And I like to, leave a little bit of white if I can. But I like to have it start with that watery wash of color. it's still... There we go. Just do that cheeky blend. Take a little bit of that deeper pink and then just start tapping it while this is still wet, because then look at, we get that beautiful bleed of color right down those stripes and the flowers. I love that. Isn't that cool to watch it just kind of brrr? I love that. So let's do that again. See if we can get it to bleed a little further. The more we kind of pounce, the further it bleeds. I am painting on watercolor paper this time. For the most part, I print and paint on watercolor paper. Lisa, are you a member of our Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott Facebook group? You absolutely should be. You will love it. It's the greatest group of artsy friends. It's the everyone's so creative and so kind and so just lovely. So now I'm just rinsing my brush and then coming in and kind of doing that jiggy blend. This morning I was just kind of feeling like I wanted to play with like a kind of a wet on wet technique. It's so, I just find it so organic and free, you know? So I'm gonna take some more of that pink and deepen again. Just like slowly build that deep color. We've had a nice peaceful process this morning, haven't we? I love that. So the only way to get this is to join our private Facebook group. Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott. Oh, I just love it. Okay, I got another one for you. Another road. Hey, Aunt Marge. I got another road trip question for you. Sunrise or sunset, and why? Which do you prefer? Sunrise or sunset? I know most people like both, but which one do you prefer? Ooh, good one, Jan. Anybody else? Any other takers? I think sunset is more vibrant too. Yes, that's true. That's true. That's so interesting. That's so funny. I love all of your reasons. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. I love that. How about you, Aunt Mer? Oh, I bet you did. Arizona has beautiful sunsets too. That's for sure. The Gulf Coast of Florida. Interesting. Interesting. So my idea is that I drew like a big enough image that you could use just that on a card, and that you could use the banner or not the banner, whichever you chose. But I hand lettered the sentiment so that it would fit in here if you so chose. Um, I have a little bit of blue, it's looking like, right on the very edge, but I'm kind of digging that, so I'm gonna just tap, tap, tap that little bit of blue. Oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, look at that, it's so pretty. Ugh, I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Ooh, sunset. You have that beautiful lake right by you, Aunt Mer. That would be pretty. I like that I saw an amazing sunset on Lake Superior when I was home. It was just, and Seth and Teresa and I all took like a billion pictures of it. I will post it. It was just so Michigan. I'm telling you, I loved it, loved it, loved it. Me, I kind of like them both. I like sunrise for the same reason that Jan talked about, that it's the dawn of a new day and that it's greeting me, and that's really lovely. But I also like sunsets because they're so beautiful. I think sunsets are much more beautiful in their own, well, colorful, I should say, because Arizona has amazing sunsets, especially if you happen to be in the mountains or in the desert where the colors are just so vibrant and beautiful. Like bright, bright, brilliant pinks and oranges and yellows and, oh, purples. It's so lovely. Mm-hmm. Well, I hope that everyone had a great artsy morning, that you are going to have some peaceful practice for yourself today. I forgot to say drink your water, but everybody drink your water. Super important. I'm drinking mine out of my color changing cup from my niece Sienna with my logo on it. Stop, so cute. Yeah, there's a guy that's so interesting, Keels, because there's a guy that posts sunsets from Sugar Island that are just amazing. That's for sure. You are welcome, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. I absolutely appreciate it. So like I said, if you would follow and like Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs, remember all of those likes help me grow my business on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Ann Corbiere-Scott. Because number one, you'll be part of the coolest group of artsy people that you've ever met. And, you know, everyone's kind and wonderful. And every now and again, there's a little something, something in there for you. So I think I'm going to sign off before this next spam call. I will just tell you, it's either doctor's offices or spam calls. That's the only calls we get on that home phone. But the kids, you know, it's the only phone number that everybody remembers. So we keep it. I just adore you all, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so, so much, and have an amazing Tuesday, and I'll see you again on Thursday. Talk to you soon. Bye.